Yeah, it was back and forth again. It's been good. We've had early in camp it was offense. Here towards the end, there's been good defense, and then the last few days it's been back and forth, and that's a good sign for your football team. I tell guys after practice, like, if you leave practice and you felt like, oh man, we just dominated, it's usually a sign of a bad team, right? There's got to be balance to be a good football team.
Coach, you've been making a lot of plays, especially just now and just that scrimmage about having the D-line be aggressive. It sounds like they're too aggressive. What was your message really after what you saw today, especially from that concept?
Yeah, our D-line's, doing a good job. Well, one, stay away from the quarterback, right? And two, I wanted to find a scenario where I could lose my shit today and see how we responded, right? So it just happened to be that we hit the quarterback, and it was a perfect situation for me to go absolutely bat crap crazy and see how we respond as a football team, see who loses their mind, who can refocus themselves. And what I love is I went bat crap crazy on the defense, right? As crazy as I've been. And guess what? 2 plays later, they executed. Shamari stayed dialed in. He jumped a wide hitch, intercepted the football, right? That's winning football. Teams that can respond to those chaotic environments. And that's what I was trying to create today.
Kenny, yesterday Coach Arroyo mentioned how Sam had like the longest meeting he's ever had in an official visit. What was your perspective on that meeting, the 6 hours?
We have dinner. That was my perspective. Like, holy cow, we got dinner, guys. Like, we've been in here since post-lunch, and now we have dinner, and he has to change. But no, in all seriousness, it was when I said to myself, okay, this is a guy. Because it's not just when you bring quarterbacks on campus, you're interviewing them just as much as they're interviewing you, right? When you sit in those meetings and you talk to those guys, you're getting a blueprint of what you're going to coach. And it takes a certain kid to be a successful quarterback. So when he was in there for 6 hours and I walked in there at about an hour, and I'm like, sat in there, then I walked in there about an hour and 45, and about 3 hours, and then 4 hours, and I'm like, this kid's still dialed in. It matters to him. Like, he loves this crap. And that's a sign of a quarterback that can lead and win football games. So that was my impression was, let's get this kid now. Holy cow. Like, we want him.
As a redshirt freshman, how impressed are you by Sam's leadership so far up to this point?
Yeah, I think he's grown a lot, and I think he's getting way more comfortable in your own skin. I think part of leadership is understanding, like, when to push certain buttons, right, and who to push what buttons with what people, like I said the other day. And I think early he led how he wants to be led. Like, that kid responds to people getting after him. He loves it. He embraces it. His brother's a safety in the NFL. His dad was a Division I football player. Like, he loves that, like, competitive juices and the getting after you and the yelling at each other. But not everybody responds like that. So you have to lead in not just a way that you respond to, but you have to be able to learn your teammates at a level to lead each individual group or each individual player better. And I think he's slowly learning those other leadership styles, not just that alpha style, which is, you can't coach the alpha in somebody. So I'd much rather tone somebody back than try to say we need more. So big fan of his leadership style.
How have you seen team-wide accountability, not just from Sam holding people accountable?
Yeah, I mean, well, earlier in camp, I think I alluded to this in a press conference, we had 2 D linemen getting like a big altercation on an elevator. They didn't fight or anything, but like yelling at each other over the twist game being done correctly. Like, you're supposed to go first, I'm supposed to go second, you're supposed to penetrate the B gap, you went too quick. Like, that's a winning team. Teams that, like, they just want to do crap right at such a high level that there's like people yelling at each other over a twist game, right? And you can see that our team is rallying behind that. You saw that today after I got after them, and the response the defense made, even after I got after them today. Then they had the best part of practice, was after I got after them. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for people who learn how to respond, because that's all football is. The best teams in the country, guess what? They just respond to situations over and over again. They never get faced. They just go out and do the same thing and the same thing and the same thing over and over again.
When will you transition to scout?
That'll happen on Friday. So we'll transition Friday. Camp will conclude tomorrow, and then we'll transition.
Do you feel like it will be necessary for you to, I guess, more excellent in these kind of situations to try to create more, not necessarily chaos, but try to input more situations?
I just want to see where we're way better than we were last year. Just the mental side of the team, and to be able to respond. Last year, if something bad happened, it would be like our whole team would we give up a touchdown, would walk to the sidelines with their whole heads down, in the first quarter. And I could see it, and I would just be like, "Dang, we're in trouble." We don't believe, we have no passion right now. We're pissed off, but we're just down, and we're sad. Better way to put it than pissed off. This year we're getting that. You can see it, and that's what wins football games. Is people that give up a 75-yard play and somebody sprints from the other side of the field, swipe tackles a heel, right? 3 plays later, cause a turnover, right? 3 plays later, hold with 3 points. And you do that once or twice a game, and it's an 8-point difference in the game. And that's winning football, and that's both sides of the ball. All the X's and the O's sound fun, and they are fun. They're really important. Don't get me wrong; they're super important, but they're not as important as effort and mindset and talent. Those 3 things are the most important things in the football game.